Clearly, proper exposure is a major part of taking good pictures. By changing the aperture and shutter speed, either using automatic or manual settings, you can change the depth of field and image motion blur or image sharpness. You can do this while keeping exposure the way you want it. The second most important principle for taking great pictures is image sharpness. Image sharpness is affected by several things, including lens focus, camera shake, depth of field, and digital noise. First of all, you may want to have a bit of motion blurred in your image for aesthetic effect. In this case, you would experiment with a slower shutter speed. You may also want parts of your image to be sharp and other parts to be out of focus. For this, use depth of field changes, as we've already discussed. This section will help you understand how to keep your image sharp when you want it to be sharp. Make sure the correct part of your subject is in focus by manually changing your focus point. Access this feature by pressing the Information Access button twice. You then scroll to the AF area menu. Press OK. The first option on the AF menu is Auto. With this setting, the camera will automatically choose the focus point using all three focusing frames in the viewfinder. The second option is Dynamic Area Option. This is great for moving subjects. Once a subject has been focused on, the camera will track that subject until a picture is taken. Also, you can manually choose your focus point with the left and right multi-select buttons. The third option is the single point selection. When this option is selected, you can manually choose your focus selection with the left or right arrow buttons. In addition to the area modes, there are 4 focusing modes to choose from. You can access these modes by pressing the Access button when the information display is illuminated. Scroll to the AF area options, then press OK to scroll to your desired option and press OK again. There are 4 focusing modes: Auto Servo or AFA. In this mode, the camera will automatically choose either AFS, single servo, or AFC, continuous servo, according to the current shooting conditions. The AFS, or the single servo setting, is best used for taking pictures of still or slow-moving objects. To focus, hold the shutter button halfway down. You will hear the camera beep when the subject is in focus. The AFC, or continuous servo setting, is the camera's continuous autofocus mode. When holding down the shutter button halfway, the camera will continue to focus on your chosen subject and anticipate the movement. This mode is great for shooting fast-action sporting events or your children and pets at home. The last of the primary focusing modes is the manual focus, or MF mode. This gives you control to manually focus on any subject through the viewfinder. When you switch the lens to manual focus, you'll have full control by simply moving the focus ring. Another cause of poor focus is camera shake, that is, movement of the camera while the shutter is open and exposing the image sensor. Always steady your camera when you can. Holding the camera with 2 hands and pressing the viewfinder gently against your face will help. Lean against something if you can, and wherever possible, use a tripod or monopod or even a beanbag to help steady the camera. You can also reduce the effect of camera shake by selecting a fast shutter speed. This reduces the amount of time the image sensor is exposed to shaking conditions. One general rule of thumb that you may find helpful is the rule of 1 over the focal length as your shutter speed. For example, if your lens focal length is 300 millimeters, set your shutter speed to at least 1/300th of a second. If your focal length or zoom is set to 30 millimeters, you may get by with a shutter speed as low as 1/30th of a second. Nikon's image stabilizer lenses also do a remarkable job of reducing camera shake automatically. Make sure your image stabilization is turned on when using your camera freehand. Digital grain or noise makes the image look poor and out of focus, so make sure to pick an appropriate ISO sensitivity for the current conditions. In most cases, the lowest setting possible for your conditions will make the least noise. Don't enlarge an image too much, and if you know that you must enlarge an image, select as large a file format as possible. Another way to keep noise out is to shoot subjects with good contrast. Gradual gradations, like the sky's changing colors, cause grain-like patterns in the image.